Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and this is SciFiVersus Metroid Fusion. This is, however, not a running commentary. This is recorded after the fact, as was detailed in the video that will be immediately preceding this when I choose to upload these. So, this save is right after I beat Nightmare, and if you don't know what's been going on and why I'm narrating this, then I would suggest you pause this and go watch the video that I uploaded right before it, which explains what's going on. So yeah, now that I have the gravity armor, I can move, or gravity suit, interchangeable really, I use both terms, I can move around freely underwater, and, fucking fish. So yeah, I'm not including the entire explanation here because this video is already going to be over 20 minutes long. I wanted to get through this bit as soon as possible, just to show you what's been going on. Nothing really critical to the plot is going on in this video. I just wanted to cover everything between Nightmare and the next plot event, and I just decided, you know what, I was so pissed off by this point that I kept fucking up my speed boost through that wall. That's how far gone I was. To give you the short version of the story of what's going on right now, why I'm not doing a running commentary, it's because I kept trying to record through here with fraps, and the footage kept getting gimped somehow. There were constantly problems. There was, you know, either the audio wouldn't be there, or the video was laggy as hell, to the point where it was really unuploadable. And I fuck it up again. At this point, I'm just so fed up with this bit of the game, because I've been playing it over and over and over, and I really couldn't give a shit, less of a shit about this part. So, I am kind of half-hearted here. I was recording this entire bit of the game, basically just living in terror that Fraps was going to fuck it up, and especially when it started slowing down here, I was like, oh god, no, don't let this happen. So that's why I'm a bit sloppy right now, is because I'm half expecting to have to go back and record it again. And, but this is the beginnings of Endgame. As soon as you, beat Nightmare, you are not committed to, but you are, you do set in motion a chain of events that at a point very soon in the game, you are going to be committed to a path that you are going to be unable to leave. Like, this is one of your last chance, where I am right now, to explore the game and find all the stuff you left behind, which I ended up leaving behind quite a bit of stuff. I got like a 60% completion rating, so at like just under half the items in the game I did not get. So, but I've never been about 100% anyways, so it didn't really matter that much to me. So, you're seeing me sort of just, like, going everywhere on autopilot. I've already played this so many times, I already knew exactly where I was going. And you saw that X-Parasite. I killed the thing, I touched it, and immediately respawned elsewhere. That is so aggravating. And it did it a second time. And it did it a third time. It's, at some point, it gets ridiculous. The end of Metroid Fusion is filled with that kind of shit. And finally, they let me absorb them. It's... You know, why? The last bits of Metroid Fusion are probably the worst. Everything up to this point has been pretty good, but the railroad, I'm not even giving a shit about these guys. That's how many times I've been through here. I don't even care anymore. I already know exactly where everything is that I need in this place. I've been here so many fucking times. But yeah, the ending of Metroid Fusion is... the railroading becomes incredibly blatant, and that's saying something for a game where you're stuck on rails as much as you are. Like, it becomes increasingly so later on. It's pretty amazing. And it becomes frustrating too. Once you get the screw attack, you're stuck. You can't go anywhere and do anything with it. Because once you get the screw attack, it's useless almost immediately. It's useful for a couple rooms, and then you hit the very end of the game, and it's just sort of there. It's like, why the fuck? This game in Metroid Prime, which came out later, really didn't like sequence breaking, which is sort of bizarre, considering sequence breaking is part of what makes Metroid Metroid. I think yeah, at some point I just stopped giving a shit about these X-Parasites. Or I don't. Maybe I'm remembering a previous run-through of this. Yeah, there we go. I knew I just said fuck it at some point. It must have been a matter of pride that I stayed that long when I knew it wasn't worth it. These guys are fucking annoying. These mermaid pirates. They're not dangerous. They're just obnoxious. You know? So down here is a missile expansion, and you're probably supposed to use these guys as handholds. You're supposed to freeze them, but you know what? I have the space jump now. That's called the space jump or the spin jump, whichever they call it. I think it's called either or in some games. So you don't really need to use anything as handholds anymore, which I probably should have remembered on my first run through of a part coming up. That I made way harder on myself than probably was necessary to get through. And I'll talk more about that. You're probably noticing that I have a lot tighter control over Samus now than I had before. And that's because I'm using a different controller. I have a well, what the hell is it called? A Joytech 360 controller right now. And the D-pad on this thing is far better than the standard 360 D-pad. And... oh, I cannot overstress how much better it is. How much tighter it is for Metroid, because before I ended up starting to use the fucking analog stick in some places, because the analog stick is even better than the D-pad on the 360 controller for 2D games. And considering how shitty analog control in 2D games usually is, that's saying something. That I'd rather use the fucking analog stick rather than the D-pad. That's atrocious. These guys just don't die with the power bomb. I've tried killing him so many times. There's a speed floor there, and there's something preventing you. That's how blatant the railroading is that there's some, you know, you could get up there, but there's just something sitting there to make sure that you can't. And it's not like you're missing a significant item or a large portion of the game by going the long way. It's just there because whoever developed this didn't like people sequence breaking. I don't know what the hell. So here's that part I was talking about, where it would have been easier to just freeze them, use them as handholds. I'm doing that now, but the first time I tried to spin jump through all of these, and I killed myself more than a few times because they hurt a lot, even with the gravity suit. So this is all you have to do to get through them. There are missile blocks there that you can shoot through, but I don't think they lead to anything significant. And here's a room whose only purpose is to refill your health, because the developers knew somebody would be stupid like me and try to spin jump through that place. I appreciate it. So here's where we get the next big upgrade, which is the diffusion missiles, which are required to solve a puzzle that was in Tropical that bugged the shit out of me before. Where you had to freeze a bunch of these flying pill bugs or whatever the hell they're called. I've never learned their names. I know they appear in a lot of Metroid games, but I've never cared to remember them. So these guys inflate, blocking your path, but when you charge the missiles up now, you can freeze a bunch of enemies within a specific area, and that helps you get through maybe more than that one puzzle, and I ran into that like a dumbass. I was so eager to get through this that you're gonna see it in the part where it's recorded by Hypercam as well. Once I said, you know what, fuck fraps, if this is free, I'm going to use it. I start just running through the minor enemies because I'm really just done. I really just want to get it over with. But yeah, the diffusion missiles probably work on a few other puzzles that are like that are hidden throughout the game. I was expecting an enemy there. But I didn't bother to explore before. I thought that I'd have an opportunity to explore after getting the screw attack, and I was oh so fucking wrong. I can see why a lot of hardcore Metroid fans don't like Fusion because of the fucking railroading. It is blatant, and it gets annoying. It does take away a little bit from the game, but to be honest, even without the open exploration, it's a Metroid game and a damn solid platformer as well, so it's hard to complain. And here's a recharge station, finally. The first time I played through here, I was so glad to see this. Because I was sucking pretty heavily. I was going through my mind at that point. I was like, oh god, I hope that isn't ruined. You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ. A procedural error, I'm sure. I should have written out the script. Even so, I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. Blah. From now on, you will use more caution. Or discretion. Either or. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot? It's actually a cyborg. The security robot you faced earlier. I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed its organic components. So you were right, whoever commented that. That form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6 Nocturnal. I don't know what its plan is, but let's not wait to find out. I should have gone through here a little bit faster. I wanted to give myself time to say all this. Samus, you know what to do. I wanted to give myself time to read all this. So first off, we're going to Tropical. Is your objective clear? Yes, it is. Do Sector 6 quickly. I should have gone through that quicker. I shouldn't have given myself quite as much time. But first we're going to Tropical to take care of a few things, and we're going to get 3 items there. We're going to get a couple of power bomb upgrades and a super ice diffusion missile upgrade. Or is it the super duper ice missile at this point? I forget. It did upgrade the missile's attack power, which is nice. Fuck you. Anytime I can decide not to talk to Adam is a good time to be had by all. I hate these guys. Every time I went through here, they fucking cheap shot me at some point. It's also the sound effect of the bugs. I hate bugs, so their fucking sound effect. It just makes me grit my teeth. They're buzzing. Ugh. Ow. That guy usually fuck. He's gonna do it again too. Okay, good. That one bastard usually cheap shots me outside of the room, or is it another one? I'm not sure. I hate them all. I hate them all. It's hard to keep track of which one annoys me more. But we have about after that diffusion missile upgrade, we have 2 major ability upgrades left in the game. That's how close we are to endgame. After part 24, there's about 4 parts left. Maybe. So here's the diffusion, and I screwed it up a bunch of times. You have to wait until they're right in just the right place in order to freeze them all. And you have to keep in mind that it takes the effect a while to travel. So you've got to give it a moment. And I screwed it up yet again. So you have to sort of patiently wait until they're going to be in just the right place. And I did it on my first try, the first time I came through here, and I wasn't so lucky this time. It's taken even more tries, each time I've had to replay this area to try and get it recorded, it's take more and more. And I think it's... And I don't think it's because I'm getting worse. I think it's because I'm not patient anymore, because I've had to go through this so many times. It's becoming quite a bit like torture. I love Metroid Fusion, but I won't be afraid for this playthrough to be over. So go through here, which is somewhere else I couldn't go, and we'll find missiles. And I left this bit in. As soon as I detonate this power bomb, the recording is going to start going nuts because of fraps. And I decided to leave this. The audio will return to normal. I fixed it in post, but I just wanted to leave a small bit of it in there. Like, fraps suddenly randomly desync the audio, and I wanted to leave an example of just the bizarre stuff that I've been facing trying to get this recorded. Just the weird stuff fraps has been doing, and what I've been having to deal with. And the audio should be close enough. Yeah. It should be reasonably synchronized now. But yeah, that was Sector 2 Tropical. To my knowledge, I really hate those bugs. To my knowledge, that is the extent of all that is valuable that was left in Tropical. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. I know I'm always missing something in Metroid games. There's just so much stuff and so many hidden places. But considering how far I lowballed it, I'm actually somewhat impressed with the fact that I only had half my stuff. I'm sure somebody will go like, "That isn't shit," and they're probably, "Fucker, I told you one of these guys is going to cheap shot me." They'll probably go like that. Only going in with half your stuff isn't shit. They're probably right. You know, people have probably really lowballed it in this game. That guy would have cheap shot me. Really lowballed it, you know, with like 20% and like 10% runs and such, 1% runs. I don't know if it's actually possible to get a 1% run in this game. I'm sure someone's done it, but I know that there are upgrades that you're required to have. But I'm actually fairly impressed that I only went into the end game sequence with only half my stuff, and I still managed to come out on top. Although having more energy tanks certainly would have come in handy against the SAX, which kicks my ass. I went in expecting to just steamroll the SAX, and I got my ass handed to me. It's kind of not a surprise, really. I tend to do that, don't I? I tend to go in all overconfident and get my ass handed to me, and then go back and stomp them once I know what to expect. So we're going back to what is it? Pyro? Sector PYR? To get no, that's like Sector 4 or something, isn't it? Or Sector 5? Fuck it, I don't know. We've gone to Sector 1 because now you can survive in lava, which we couldn't do before. And there are 2 missile upgrades in here because, god damn it, I only have 190. I sure as hell need 10 more. To be honest, with all the stuff that's left to do in this game, you could probably beat the game with 50. Like, missiles are completely useless, as far as I know, against the next 2 encounters anyway, so... And there's going to be a power bomb tank soon, which is going to be in the footage with the running commentary intact. That wasn't GIMP that I had to re-record. There's going to be a power bomb upgrade. There's going to be the last upgrade I believe we get in the game, aside from a plot-significant upgrade at the very end. And is completely useless. Yeah. Power bombs are only useful for the most part. There are some enemies. It makes it convenient to clear a room, but for the most part, you don't actually need power bombs for any enemies at all. Which kind of sucks. You just don't get as much use out of them as you would have otherwise. I wish there had been an area devised around the power bombs, other than that one area to demonstrate that yes, you have power bombs, and yes, you can get through there now. Okay, we're going to have one more dialogue sequence with Adam, and then we're going to go to the hypercam recorded footage, which hopefully you shouldn't notice too much of a difference. I don't think I did. It actually came out very well. The security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. Not really, he's a pushover. But we have another problem. Once you're done in Nocturnal, leave Noc immediately. The SAX is tracking you. Is your objective clear? Yes. It's also a lie, but we'll cover that later. Don't stay longer than you must. Understood? So I will see you guys in the next part.